What's going on, good people? Welcome back. I'm your host, Steve Holmes. You are watching another episode of The Real. Thank y'all for joining me tonight. Let me see what I got going on here. I don't know if my sound is too loud or not because I can't hear. But if it is, my bad, y'all. I got a whole new setup here that every week I'm trying to figure it out. Welcome to the show, man. Another week, another new day, new mercies. That's what they say in the church, don't they? Happy to be here. I got just a bunch of news things to talk about. Bunch of stories, things happening around the institution. No big, huge, major news, but we do have a bunch of important stories to talk about tonight. So I will absolutely get to it all. I'm just honestly just trying to get myself pulled together. So off the topic of the show, me and my wife was just upstairs and having not even a debate. We bought some water from Publix, and anybody ever bought they got the 24 pack of water, and then they got the 12 pack of water. Well, for some reason, our 12 pack of water tastes like way different than the 24 pack. We were sitting there having a water science project just now. So, anyways, whatever. Glad to see y'all back again. Listen, there are a few things that I like to do before we jump into the news of the day and the topics. As I always do, I like to give a big shout out to my real MVPs, Eric, Theron, Kevin, Jonathan, and Vernon. So this list is we reset every month. For those of you who don't know what our real MVPs are, these are individuals who are supporters of our show, who not only tune in each week, but they reach into their pockets and they donate to the show, because we are a grassroots organization, and everything we do, like, we do it off of contributions, and we're self-funded. Like, we don't get any kickbacks from anybody. We don't have any big huge sponsors or anything. We're just, we do have one sponsor, but generally speaking, we don't have any major recurring sponsors. So we typically have to do small dollar donations and fundraising here and there. And so these are the people who always meet the call, sometimes every single week without missing. A few people on this list, are constantly week to week to week. And I can't tell you how much I appreciate it, because it helps us continue to do this, what we're doing each week. And I just thank y'all for it. So Kevin, Theron, Eric, Jonathan, Mr. Vernon, he's a frequent caller of the show. Thank you all. I appreciate you. And for those who maybe you don't feel comfortable with donating to the show, I understand. I have to vet things I put money on all the time. But you can always support us through other avenues, such as supporting our channels by subscribing, liking, following, and commenting whenever you see our stories and see things. That's how you help us grow, and so I appreciate that. And then if you follow us on the AV and on Facebook, that's the second way that you can support us. The first is to subscribe to this particular channel to support this show, and then the last way is to be a financial contributor to the show. Any dollar amount, 5, 10, 15, 20, like it doesn't matter. We not picky like that. And so that's how we are able to do our thing and make it through each week. We got subscriptions and stuff. I got a brand new board here. Can y'all hear this? I got y'all don't laugh, all right, but I'm gonna try to start incorporating some sounds into the show. Can y'all hear that? All right, whatever. That's a little much if y'all can hear that, but I'm gonna try to incorporate some sounds and just some things just to enhance what I'm doing here. If y'all could hear that, somebody just put it in the comments if y'all could hear the little people hand clapping. If not, then I did something wrong, and I'm talking about it for nothing. Let me hit up the comments real quick. What's up, Mr. Wilkinson? How you doing, sir? Yeah, go Cat Ballers. Listen, we gonna talk about them tonight, for sure. Sis, what's going on? How you doing? Good evening. Heard you had a nice weekend. All right, cool. Mr. Jackson, how you doing, sir? My bro Adrian, how you doing, man? Good evening. My brother Oscar, how you doing? Oh man, Mariah said she couldn't hear. All right, so I did it wrong. So I had some sound effects. I'll fix it next week. All right, what's up, brother? That's my bro. That's the other Steve, y'all. It's our social media manager. So all right, let's get to it. So have y'all and I'm starting with some general HBCU news. Have y'all seen this story? The Tuskegee coach got arrested after a game this weekend and put the guy in handcuffs. And so I did some reading on it, and what I found out was uh, I guess the game was pretty intense. And what ended up happening was football players from Morehouse typically when teams finish a game, they have what's called a handshake line, and that's when both teams they go by each other and they shake hands, good game, all that stuff. Well, apparently football players got in the line after the game, I guess to intimidate Tuskegee's players because it was I guess the game was just that whatever, and so Tuskegee's coach was trying to get some straightening on it and telling the guy like, "Yo, get control of this. This could, this could be bad." And so I guess maybe the way he said it to the cop took offense to it or took whatever to it, and the cops like detained him for a little bit. Now nothing came of it, other than I think they put him in cuffs for a few minutes and then took him out of the cuffs. But I thought that was in these days and times, man. Listen to that brother, that officer, man. Hey, listen, you gotta. That's just one of those things, man. You gotta use your judgment. That I don't see anything in that video that warrants an officer pulling out handcuffs. So especially after a basketball game, so that was kind of silly. But I'm glad nothing came of it. Nothing came of it. But what it just sounded like it was a really heated game. It was both teams was going at it, and maybe there was some jawing after the game, and Morehouse football players tried to get in the handshake line, and that was a bad look. And I guess Morehouse's coach didn't do anything from what I read. So I don't know, but yeah, that's what it was. And also some general HBCU news. So Johnny Torrance from Torrance Lifestyles, I know him from Orlando, but he's been doing events up here in Atlanta, and they've got this really big alumni party coming up here in Atlanta at a place called Opium. So I told him I would start to talk about it a little bit. I think it's put on by HBCU alum. They have a really big following on social media, and so they did something a few weeks ago. I think Devon Bagley, if y'all know him, had a birthday party there, and then I think on that particular day, Shannon Fulton is celebrating her birthday, both Wildcats. And so yeah, I'm gonna try to be in the place for that. I don't get out much these days, but I'm gonna try to go do what I can to support. So yeah, there's that. And then I thought this was cool, and I'm going to touch on some alumni news here for a second. So Dr. Zanisha Barkley, she was selected as a Black History Month honoree for the state of for the city of DeLand in Orlando, which is pretty cool. And so that's a really good honor to have. But what's also cool about Dr. Barkley, she was one of our Golden Honor nominees back in November. So like she's just racking up the awards. So I don't know if you're watching this broadcast tonight, Dr. Barkley, but congrats. It is always amazing to see our people being honored in these ways. And so yeah, anytime and yeah, if y'all are out there and y'all are doing things that are amazing, like you don't have to wait until golden honors to be like for me or the show or the platform to recognize you. Shoot me a note or tag me. I only knew about this because she tagged me in it. Otherwise I wouldn't have even seen it. So if you got things going on, you got something big accomplishment, new job promotion, new accomplishment here or there, let me know. If we can share it on the show, we will, because that's what we do. Let me hit these comments up for a second. We got Mr. Dion Flynn here. Yeah, my friends, man. That's my bro, Theron. Lucretia, what's up, sis? How you doing tonight? Miss Price, good to see you. And my bro, Jeremy. I said Jeremy. Jason, what's up, bro? My bad. All right, Jeremy. So here's a story. I want to spend a little bit of time on, if you guys don't mind. I know a lot of y'all know Brother Walker, Darnell Lamont Walker. He's close to the platform. He's one of our committee members for Golden Honors, and for those of you that know him, great guy. But he wrote a book, and I don't know if it's published yet, but I think it's set to come out like in the next few weeks or next month or something like that. But he wrote a book called "Never Can Say Goodbye: The Life of a Death Doula and the Art of a Peaceful End." And so this is kind of one of those subjects that just people in general don't like to talk about. And death, it's just one of those things. And so he is also I think he's a writer. He travels and does all these things, but he's also a death doula. And these are people that help people with, they got birth doulas, right? People help with birth, and he's a death doula, which is a unique job. I don't know how you become a death doula, but I probably need to ask him. But I think it's an important topic to speak about, and there are things that we always run away from, and inevitably, death is kind of that thing. And so when we were shooting, and I wish I had the video. I actually could have showed it. When we were shooting the Golden Honors production back in November, after we got done shooting, he had some video footage, and he asked, like what, and I'll ask y'all in the comments. He asked, I think it was, what's the last song you want to hear, like before you die? And then he also asks, how would you want to die? And not to turn the comments all morbid and everything, but I thought it was a pretty deep question, especially about the song. If you had to choose one song. And so I just thought, those are things we don't think about. Leave it to a death doula to like be able to talk about it in a way that's not so scary again, or like morbid or whatever. So yeah, I thought that was cool. And let's see, let's go back to the comments for a second before I roll on. What's up, Mr. Hunt? How you doing, sir? Good to see you again. Glad you got your power back. That's good. What's up, Symphonian? It looks like Brother Lewis. I can't tell, but if it is, man, how you doing, man? So yeah, let's get on to some Cookman news. Let's go ahead and roll with some of our bigger stories of the night. For those of you that have been paying attention to BCU Global, it's their new online degree program that they launched this year, and I know they've got some students lined up for the program now, but they're trying to build up the program and get more eyeballs on it and get more students enrolled, because it's a really good program, especially if you are a person who maybe you have an incomplete degree, maybe you didn't finish, and you've been trying to find a reason or a way or pathway back to the institution. Well, the way you do that is enrolling into BCU Global, and it's a completely 100% online degree program, which it meets the moment for where most of us are at in our lives. Like, a lot of us don't have the capacity to go back and sit in physical, brick and mortar classrooms. So being able to take classes from home and study from home is a big deal. And so I think it was a huge win for the institution to develop this program. And a little plug, I've helped with some of the back end marketing and stuff. So I want to see this thing grow, and I want to see it be successful. And I want to see people that have incomplete degrees, or they call them stop outs, not dropouts, but stop outs. see those people complete and finish something that they started. So they've got an open house coming up February 21st, 10 a.m. It is online, and I think they'll be sharing more of the details. That I meant to get the link and drop it, but my bad. I'll make sure when I post it, I'll post it in my stories and then make sure the link is there just in case anybody's interested in it. Let's see what else we got. Who else we got in the comments? What's up? What's up, Johnny? Good to see you, bro. Who is that? Oh, it's Milan. How you doing, Milan? Good to see you, sister. And then Chantel says, you can, going back to Brother Walker, she says you can pre-order the book wherever you purchase your books. So the book can be purchased on February 10th, which is great. Cool. So that's actually sooner than I thought. So that's next week. Yeah. If it's a I think it's a good read, and more than anything, we want to make our brother Darnell like a New York Times bestseller. So go buy the book. Go buy the book. Even if you don't know how to read, go buy the book. All right. It's a joke. This is cool. Milan says I've started my classes at BCU Global and I'm enjoying it. Great. That's good. Really good. Really good. So we did that. We did open house. All right. So also, some presidential news. President Mosley is getting ready to do his inauguration, which, from what I can tell y'all, they're doing it pretty big. There's a big gala. I believe in April there's a concert, and typically what happens around that same time, the concert chorale and symphonic band, they normally have a spring concert where they're gonna fold the symphonic band and the concert chorale's spring concert into the inaugural weekend. And so I thought that was pretty cool, kind of like bringing everything together for that occasion. So there won't be it'll be a spring concert, but it'll be under the branding of the inauguration event, which is great. I think it's a way to get a lot of eyeballs on a lot of things. They've got a really big concert. I almost said concert, but they have a special performer. I haven't seen it announced yet, so I'm not going to say anything because I don't want to speak out of turn. But they'll have a special guest singer performing at the gala, I believe, and so. They're going to be doing it pretty big for Dr. Mosley, and it's going to be cool. And that was the assembly. I'm talking about the inauguration. The assembly they had last week, which would have just been the President's Assembly. And, I don't know how I mixed that up. But anyways, yes, that's happening April 12th through the 14th. And so that'll be a really cool deal. Get the opportunity for those. I think they have tickets and stuff that's going to be on sale. They blocked off a bunch of hotel rooms. And, if you're going to be in town, they've got rates and rooms. I know it's going to be a big deal. I would love to be in town for those days, but I actually will be traveling that following weekend, and it's going to be kind of tight for me. So that's that. And then I thought this was pretty cool. We've got an esports lab now, and the school has found it not robbery to develop and build a place where gamers can go and start to develop, their gaming skills. Which that's modernizing, careers and jobs. These kids out here making money playing games, man, doing phenomenal things with video games and just gaming in general. And I think there's a huge market and industry that I don't think a lot of HBCUs have tapped into, especially if you understand how big esports have become. And so it's good to see the team in the institution, understand how important it is. So I think that's cool. And you can see Dr. Mosley right there playing. I want to know what he was playing and if he was in there getting burned. But yeah, so I thought that was cool. And I think it's just an amazing thing that they are looking they're looking toward the future when it comes to our students, not just thinking about the traditional courses that we always see. Even, and I don't have anything for this, but if you guys have been noticing, they've been talking a little bit more about BCU Futures. Well, that's an all new slate of degree programs. If y'all remember when Dr. Mosley came on in October of last year, and he was just laid out everything. Well, Futures is one of their big pushes to help expand our degree offerings. And so it's got some really cool degrees, digital marketing, which I'm really excited about, because traditionally Cookman has only had a traditional marketing program. And I've always wanted them to dive over into digital marketing, because it's kind of where things are right now. Not to say that the traditional marketing doesn't have its place, but it's not as prevalent as the digital stuff that we're seeing now. So that's that. All right, well, let's talk some basketball. I know to my sports people, if you're not a sports person, you may check out of here, but that's okay. We got to talk about the basketball team, because these brothers are cooking right now. Like the basketball team, what they're doing right now is, they are on a historic run right now, and over the last 20 or 30 years, actually longer than that, I would say probably 40. I went back and looked. They're getting ready to break a bunch of school records, a bunch of school records. And so they recently just beat Alabama A&M the other night, 80-62. Another huge win against a team that I actually thought I'm not going to say that I thought they could lose, but I thought the game was going to be competitive. Wasn't competitive at all. We went up 10, and then we went up another 10, and it never got close. They never sniffed. They never sniffed anywhere close to the game. They never sniffed anywhere close to getting back in the game, is what I meant to say. So that got me thinking, and I'm just trying to figure out, like, all right, what's happening with the team, and like what's going on, and don't get me wrong, Reggie Theus, he's putting it together, and I know he may have some things with NIL that's helping to bolster let's face it, like, you gotta have NIL nowadays to compete. And so I know you have we've got a couple of like collectives out there, but that's an area that the institution has to get better about, and alumni have got to get better about, of making sure that we can compete. So there's a lot there. I don't know a whole lot about NIL, but what I do know is the schools that are serious about it, those are the ones that are winning right now. And so the good thing for us at this level is we can compete with any school from an NIL standpoint, because I think there's only so much our institutions can do anyway. So the bar for us, you got some kids out here getting $5-10 million NIL deals. You're not gonna see that nowhere at nobody's HBCU unless some big donor is willing to go in and, drop huge checks just for that. And I just don't see that happening, at least not now. But there are other ways. Now, what I would love to see happen is for our football program to start to be a little bit more competitive in NIL. From what I've seen and heard, I don't know if the football team has the same, love as basketball or whatever, but if I'm Reggie Theus, I want the football team to be the cash cow, because I think you can only do so much with the basketball team when you consider the facilities. I think when you just consider, if you're being honest, the history of the program. So it would be cool to see our football start to really like lock in on NIL, but we got to get serious about it, y'all. So anyways, we 8-1 for the first time. since 2010, and I think we finished in 2010 with, I think, 12-4 record. I think we went, which I think that was, I remember that year, and I think we went to the NIT and lost to Virginia Tech or something like that. I remember that year because that was when, well, like 2010 was just an amazing sports year for Cookman. I remember that year. But if you look at what we're doing, it's crazy to think that we lost to Southern, because Southern, that's not a good program. And then we lost to them at home. But what that Southern win or loss ended up doing was, if you look at those next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games, I mean, minus the Arkansas Pine Bluff game, I mean, we're beating teams pretty handily. We beat Jackson State by almost 40. We beat Alcorn State by 9. You beat Alabama State by, what is that? 16, 15. You beat Alabama A&M last night by 18. And, I mean, just look at the standings, right? You win a couple more games and Pine Bluff and Grambling and A&M lose a game or two. I mean, you're gonna lock up the top seed real quick at this pace. And so it's just, I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of crazy seeing our basketball team like be for real. Like, we haven't been this good, again, since 2010. And even then, we were good, but this team feels a little bit different, like from an historic standpoint. And I think they're gonna go on a run. Here's why I say that. If you look at what the basketball team has on its plate, the next what? How many games is that? 8, 9 games. Prairie View's not a good team. Texas Southern, I mean, Alcorn. We just beat Jackson State by 40, and that's a game that might come back. I could see them maybe being a little bit more competitive in Jackson, but Alabama State. Yeah, I don't know. I just, here's what I'm saying, and y'all let me know if I'm crazy. There's a scenario where this basketball team could legit run the table the rest of the year. Like, there's a scenario where it could happen. There's not a game left on the schedule. Maybe A&M. Charlie Ward's got them playing better. But even considering that, like, I could there's not a game in our last 9 that I'm like, yeah, we may lose that one. I just don't see it. Now we may drop one that we're not supposed to drop. But if you're a betting person, which one of these games are you betting against Cookman to lose or to win? None of them. So I don't know. Let me check these comments out. Reggie Theater's loaded with talent down there. He is. Thea's got to get the football team going on, man. We can't just be good in basketball. We a football school. I don't care what you say. I don't care how good the basketball team get. We a football school. It's Florida. What he says, I think you can do a lot with basketball if you can make it into the tournament. Oh, absolutely. Oh, I mean, they're gonna get into the tournament if they can win the SWAC tournament. I think they'll get an at-large bid, especially if they go, say, 17-2 in conference, and then win the conference. Yeah, they'll get a bid for sure. They just got to get there. Bree says, looks like Southern Carter sleeping. That's exactly what it looked like. I'm not gonna lie. When they lost to Southern, I was just like, oh, these boys are paper tiger, man. We had all that noise. They didn't let Southern come in here at home and beat us, but then they responded like big time. And yeah, BCU put SWAC basketball. They did. They did. Which is crazy to think that about our basketball team because man, these jokers, you know, we done been around. We done had some years where we've been bad, and so to see us sitting, the top the SWAC, atop the SWAC, you know, this late in the year, you know, after 9 games, you got 9 more to go, and again, if in March or end of February we're sitting at we got 9 more games, we're sitting at 17-1. That would not surprise me. It would not surprise me. Now watch they go out there and lose Saturday. I forget who they play Saturday. Watch they go out there and lose. Just because I said that. Just my luck. Just my luck. Let me see who they got. They got Prairie View. No, they're going to beat Prairie View. Prairie View and Texas Southern at home. Yeah, we shouldn't lose either one of those. So, yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know. But yeah, so let's talk about it. I'm gonna open up the phone lines. We can talk basketball. We can talk anything y'all want to talk about. If y'all give me a second, let me get this phone line set up real quick. And love to hear from y'all tonight. Let me do this though. Before I open this phone line, y'all know I gotta read the rules because y'all ain't finna get me in trouble, man. All right. Respect the institution. Rule number 1. Respect the people. Let's respect each other. We don't want to talk we don't want nobody feeling no kind of way. Respect the platform, so y'all know we here to be love and positive energy, but it's okay to say things. I think we delved into this last week. It's okay if you got questions. It's okay if you got constructive criticisms about anything. It's cool. That's what this platform is for. And then also get to the point. When you call in, man, listen, get to your point so we can, make sure that you guys are good. And if there's enough people to call in. And yeah, so we'll do that. Call in number 404-567-6536. 404, 567-6536. I'll be waiting for you guys to dial in. And in the meantime, we can go back to basketball. Mr. Wilkerson says, yeah, we took Auburn. Oh, yeah. So that's when I knew. That's when I knew the basketball team was going to be something to play with. And we getting the caller in now, so let's see what we got. Caller, you on the line? What's going on?
So that's what I do. Yeah, good evening, Steve. This is Mr. Jackson. How you doing?
What's up, Mr. Jackson? How you doing?
And I'm doing fine. I was calling. Do you know anything about when the homecoming is going to be this year?
So I had a feeling somebody was going to ask that tonight. So I cannot confirm. But the dates that everybody's been hearing, somebody heard it from somewhere. I think the September 19th or whatever that was. They heard it from somewhere and it's caught on like wildfire. I won't confirm it until the school confirms it, and I'll just leave it there. And once they confirm it, then we'll talk about it. And I try to operate like that. Like I don't ever want to. I'm not here to break news for the school in any type of way, and because number one, I don't want to be wrong. And so in terms of the date, all I can say is I think what I can tell you is they're close to dropping the schedule. So any day now they'll be doing that, and when that happens, we gonna do it like we do every year. We gonna come on here, we gonna do a recap of the entire schedule and look at all the games, and we'll talk about homecoming, whatever day it lies on. And that's how we gonna have to roll it.
Another quick question: have you heard or know anything about how we did as far as with the recruitment coming for this year's team?
No, but what you can do is on Thursday night, Darrell Williams and Jerry Bell and all those guys, they're doing the signing. I think it's a signing day show. So they're going to be going through all of the the guys we landed. So we'll know that on Thursday as well, and then we'll probably bring him on, Daryl, next week or the week after to talk about what do we think we got coming in. And I do know we got a couple of nice guys, but I'll leave that to the football guys, and we're gonna talk about it though. So yeah, thank you for asking.
All right, sounds good. So, you take it easy, Steven, and Hail Wildcats.
Hail Wildcats, thank you. Yeah, so it's gonna be I'm not trying to, I ain't breaking no news that I can't confirm. I have not seen the schedule. I have not seen it, so I don't know. And I had quite a few people hit me up and ask me did I know, and I'm like, I'll know when y'all know. Y'all will probably know before I know, because y'all be in that Cookman's grads group. Y'all be in there breaking news every day. Seem like. So yeah. Let me go back. So yeah, back to basketball. Also, one of the things that to keep in mind, especially for the people who are here in Atlanta, SWAC tournament is beginning of March, I think, and so if Cookman can keep up pace, they'll have a couple of first round buys, a first and a second round bye, I think, and so it'll be imperative that we have as many people here, to support that game if they do finish in first place. Because I think that'll be huge. I know last year we went and it was a great crowd up here last year, and we went out to the I think they played Alabama State last year, and we lost to them in that game. But hey, this year we looking for it. All right, let me go back to the comments. Somebody's calling. Caller, you live. How you doing?
Hey, Brother Steven, how you doing? This is Oscar.
What's up, bro? How you doing, man?
I'm doing good, First, want to say you're doing a great job with the show. Please keep it going.
Thank you, man.
Wanted to take a moment for anybody that's listening. I'm an educator in the education field. Around this time, we have a lot of scholarship fairs going on. Please encourage those kids to go audition for these scholarships.
Oh, yeah.
There is money to go to the school. And with all the growth that's going on at Cookman, this is the perfect time to get in on it. As you can see, some kids are starting to advertise they're getting like welcome letters that's personalized. I wish I had that when I was in school.
Yeah. Yeah, we ain't had that.
You want to keep that momentum going.
Yeah.
Also, it's all, for those who know, Mr. P is retiring. With that big weekend going on for the president, please make sure y'all go to that band concert. Like, do all we can to show support for the band, show support for Mr. P. Let's try to keep everything going.
That's a good call out. That with Mr. P retiring, that people should, this would be maybe our last time to see him on stage performing with his groups. That's a great call out. And also to the parents with seniors, there is money out there. I have a senior right now. We going through it, and they don't want to do nothing. These kids, they just want you to hand them a scholarship, but you got to make them go out there and you got to help them look, because otherwise, they're gonna be
right. And the thing that I try to tell my students, the one thing I love about Bethune-Cookman, Mary McLeod Bethune made that school as a second chance for those who want education. So there is an opportunity for us. And I just wish people would take advantage of it. But appreciate the platform. Also, any alumni, Marshall alumni, please join MABC. Other than that, thank you, brother. Have a good night.
All right, brother. Hail Wildcats, man. Yeah, and definitely join any of the if you're alumni, not if you're alumni, if any of the organizations you were in at the school have alumni chapters. Of course, the marching band has the Marching Alumni Bethune-Cookman. Last week I said something crazy, and my wife she beat me up about it for 3 days. But yes, join it because that helps. And I gotta slap my own hand because I don't think I'm a part of the Marching Alumni But I think I'm going to, pay into it. I ain't marching homecoming. I can tell y'all that right now. Y'all ain't finna have my back toe up, rolling them doggone quads down the field. You won't get me. No, sir. Let's see. JAM says the institution gets a direct $1 million for making the Celebration Bowl. The SWAC gets about $2 million per game. A SWAC team appears and then distributes the money plus the notoriety from making the tournament. Yeah, I mean, for sure. The money is there, man, for us to, especially now. He also says, since we're a football school, when did that schedule drop? I don't know. I really don't know. I'm hoping it's soon. I'm hoping it's within the next week. But one thing I can say about Bethune-Cookman athletics and the program and the team there, when I tell you they are their own machine, like they have their, I hate to say it like this, but they just operate on their own thing, right? And because they're so good at what they do, and because I'm just talking about the media side of it, the institution allows them, they give them some autonomy to kind of, do their thing. So everybody's waiting on them, and we just gotta wait. Somebody says they'll register us. All right. I wonder who that was. All right, getting the call. Let's see. Caller, you're live.
Good evening, Brother Holmes. It's Chuck Hunt calling from Monroe, Louisiana.
My man, Mr. Chuck Hunt. How you doing, sir?
Good. Great to be back in power again. And my reason for calling, and you were just talking about what's going on with NIL and all these things. That's why when you had Dr. Mosley on the show, that's why I asked if, and congratulations on BCU Global. I was asking, are they going to have any majors in like sports management, all these type things, because we're in this age of NIL and many other things, and just wonder, are they going to have any of those programs added to BCU Global?
That would, what? You actually asked a really great question. That I don't know that that's a part of BCU Global. That may end up being something that can be like a sports administration or sports business or something like that. Like that would be something that I think would be that could be offered through the Futures program. I don't know. I'm not. Y'all don't get me in here, just talking at the side of my neck. But that's a great call out to start educating our kids at home on the business of sports, if we don't already have it.
Exactly.
And especially with NIL. But you know what? NIL is so nebulous, and it's not a lot of rules around it. It's a lot of
it's Wild Wild West.
Yeah, it's Wild Wild West. So I don't know how you build a course or a curriculum out of something like NIL right now, but I actually think I think that's a good idea.
Okay, that was my reason for calling, and I know you have a lot to cover there. And also congratulations on the what you have esports, and that's great. That's a great start for you. And I'm glad to see your institution do quite well. And look, I see great things coming with Dr. Mosley.
It feels good. A lot of good stuff happening, man. So we just gonna keep riding this train.
All right, I'm gonna get on off of here. It's great conversing with you, and like I said, it's great to have power back here in Northeast Louisiana. It was a cold inconvenience. I'm happy to be able to chat with you again.
Yeah,
you
cool.
all take care.
Cool, thank you, sir. All righty.
Okay.
Bye. My man, Mr. Chuck Hunt. Y'all know Mr. Chuck Hunt be calling in every week. All right. So Sumner, he didn't text in the group. He sent me something. So there is a schedule. He asked me if there's a place. I'm gonna just put y'all on game real quick. There's a site called FB Schedules. I've been using this for years. Kind of gatekeeped it because I could get the drop on the schedule before everybody else did. But I'll tell y'all now, if you go to fbschedules.com and then you search Bethune-Cookman, it'll tell you the schedule. Like, it won't tell you every game, but some people have been posting it in the groups, and so it's that schedule is official, but it's not going to tell you. It's not going to tell you homecoming, and it may not have all the games. So just know the schedule may not be complete there, but it's yeah, that site's been up for years, and it looked like some other people found it, so that's how they're getting access to the things. But just know that's not official. That's not official. What it does is it looks at other schools, and when let's say UCF signed a contract with Bethune-Cookman, for a home and home. Well, that site can aggregate it, and it'll put that game on the schedule because it knows both teams have agreed to it, and then it'll just do it as games pop up on the other team. Well, the team is playing, it'll pop up on their schedule too. So that's how they figure it out. But still, it's not. Don't trust it yet. Yeah, Jason says the football schedule generally comes out around and it used to be later than that. I remember some years we was getting football schedule in like seemed like March. I could be wrong, but and look at me, Johnny, black people. I'm sorry. Let me apologize. I was supposed to start this episode off with "Lift Every Voice and Sing," and we was gonna sing all 3 stanzas, but yeah, all right, we getting the call in. Let's see. Caller, you live?
Ian Holmes, Sumner Hutchison. How you doing, my friend?
Hey, Sumner, how you doing, man? Glad to hear you calling in.
Brother, I just wanted to let you know that they just published the football schedule, and I just sent it to you.
We got. Let's. Okay, y'all.
Look
Well, y'all give me a second.
Text.
Y'all give me a second. All right.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
All righty. All right. We gonna do this live. Let me pull it up. Oh man. Y'all give me a second. I'm gonna see if I can find it and then bring it over. Let's see if anybody else got it or know where it's at. It might be in. I think did he say he texted to me? Y'all stay with me. I'm trying to pull up this. Oh, yeah, there it is. All right, y'all. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it live. We also gonna do a full football schedule episode, but just tonight, since we got it live, I feel like we can just chat through it, and I'm gonna see if I can drop this to my computer real quick, and then I'm gonna pull it up here on the screen. Y'all just give me a second. I work fast. All right. I'm sorry, y'all. I normally wouldn't be doing this like this live, but it's been the talk of the town. All right. So there we go. There is your schedule. There it is. And let's see if I can't. It's kind of hard to read it because it's big. Let me just do that. All right. There we go. There. All right. So y'all, we got UCF week 1, Stetson week 2, and week 3. It's hard to see it, but I'm pretty sure that says homecoming in week 3. I think it was that. I don't think anybody is surprised by that. South Carolina State again, okay. In Daytona, and Alabama State next week at home, and then on the road against Alabama A&M, on the road against Valley State, back home against Jackson State, Alcorn State in week 9, and Southern University then week 11 at Grambling and Classic. So yeah, y'all. I think somebody got the jump on the schedule, and they wasn't wrong. They wasn't wrong. I don't know what to make of it other than that it's a pretty pretty early. Pretty early. Let's go to the comments. Brian Lennon. Yeah. Where the bye week at? The bye week. All right, bye week. So let's look at this. I can't see the dates, but I'm gonna imagine that the bye week is the week before the Jackson State game because that is Biketoberfest, which I think is the 15th through the 18th. So the 17th, I'm guessing. So I think that is bike week. So that's typically a bye week for us, Biketoberfest. So that is the week before the Jackson State game. And so I wish I could. Y'all, I'm sorry, y'all. I like to be a little bit cleaner, but I'm gonna just put this over so I can see the dates. I'm still here, y'all. Saturday, October 17th. Oh no, that's not a bye week. That's not a bye week because the 17th, 24th, 31st, October 10th. No, that's not a bye week. November 7th, November 14th. That can't be right. That can't be right. 26th, 19th, 26th, October 3rd. Ain't no bye week. Hey, y'all look at this with me. I'm sorry. It should be a bye week. Wait a second. There should be a bye week. October 3rd is the first week. October 10th is the second week. The 17th is the fourth week. The 24th is the fourth week. The 31st is the fifth week. So there's no bye week in October. All right. In September 3rd, September 12th, September 19th, September 26th. How was that possible? How was that possible? All right, y'all. I'm sorry. Yo, I need y'all to. Could y'all look at this schedule and make sure I'm not missing nothing? It's not a bye week, and that is. All right. Yeah, that is maybe I don't want to be wrong because I'm looking at it small, so I feel like I'm tripping. Somebody's hit the buy is 11:28. Yeah, well, yeah, that's Thanksgiving. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, Thanksgiving is always a bye week. Oh man, wow. October 14th. Wait. October 14th. Yeah, y'all. Man, I got nothing. I got nothing. I don't know what to say about that. I'll definitely ask around about that, but I can't imagine Coach Woody's even happy with not having a bye week. Like, I know he wouldn't sign off on that. Like, every football team has a bye week. Like, you at least get one bye week. Sometimes you get two, But you get one bye week. That's the week you get to recoup. You've been hitting guys left and right, since summertime, and that's normally a break. And so, if I'm not seeing a bye week, that's crazy. Let me go back to let me see. All right. BCU Athletics, we got constructive criticism to the graphic. Have dates, my brother. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, just a little hard to read. But I'm also looking at it on the tiny thing on my screen. Man. Well, we broke some news tonight. Not only is homecoming confirmed to be on September 19th, but it looks like we ain't got a bye week. Cool. Yo, man, I want this is funny, y'all. I'm sorry. Okay. So she said somebody called Rick Fox. That's funny. Yeah. Now let me say this. Grambling, yeah. Y'all listen. Y'all got to come get this work next year, because we ain't forgot what happened in Louisiana. We ain't forgot what happened in Monroe. Cause yeah, we ain't forgot. Andrew says, "Oh, my camera freeze up. Y'all give me a second." Yeah, my camera froze up, y'all, so I know y'all can still hear me, but y'all give me a sec. I'm still here, y'all. I'm just trying to fix my camera. All right. There we get back. All right, there we go. My bad. All right. Yeah. Is there an October 17 game? There's a game on there. From what I saw, there's a game. I'm sorry, y'all. I don't know where I did with this. Let me get the schedule, put it back up here. Yeah, I don't know what. Where is my schedule? I just lost it. There we go. Yeah. Oh, you know what I'll do? I'll just crop all of that so I can. Y'all, I'm really stuck on this no bye week. That's really bugging me. And I'm just trying to make sure I'm not going crazy. I'm gonna have to make some calls after I get off this live, y'all, because I am yeah. And yeah, don't forget, Freeman makes a great point that Classic is supposedly supposed to be at UCF this year because of the renovations that are going to be happening with the Citrus Bowl, not Citrus Bowl, what they call it now, Camping World. And so I think they said that they're supposed to be moving the Classic for, I think, the next either year or 2 years to Camping World. So that's possible that is going to be a thing where Cookman could be in Orlando in UCF Stadium twice this season, which would be probably a first. And kind of cool, I guess. Yeah, y'all. I don't have I don't have much else other than to just go ask some questions about the bye week. I feel like it's me. I feel like I'm missing a week. Yeah, I feel like it's me because it ain't. Oh, you know what, y'all? There's a week after week 4, right? There's a week after week 4. Is it? Somebody look at a calendar and tell me. Is it a week after week 4? I just look at my own camp. Let me see. September 26th. Oh yeah, ain't no. Never mind. Wow. No, that's not. There's no week. There's no bye week after week 4, because the 3rd is the next week. That's 7 days later. Yeah, I don't know, man. Jeremy, is that typical? I know this is something you probably know. Not Jeremy. I didn't call you Jeremy. Jason, my bad, bro. Is there? This is not typical, right? I'm not tripping. Am I tripping? No bye week. Like, I'm not tripping, right? Yeah, I'm not tripping. I hope I'm not tripping. You said you're not tripping. I hope I'm not. But yeah, that is okay. All right. The family is telling me I'm not tripping. All right, I'm not tripping. Wow. See, I'm trying to add a 53rd week in the year. That's funny. You people are funny. Yeah, man. All right, y'all. I don't like ending the call, like we ending it. I don't have any issues with the schedule in general, but I am concerned that there's no bye week. That feels strange. That feels strange. And I just can't imagine Coach Woody being happy about that, but I don't know. But yeah, so listen, y'all, this in homecoming, it's confirmed on the 19th. You do with that information what you will. It is now out. And so what we'll probably do is next week I'll see if I can bring on Derek Williams from Hale Wildcats, who I normally bring in to kind of talk to these things. I am sure he'll have an answer or two about that, and about the schedule makeup in general, because I feel like we need to just go through like each game. Oh, thank you, Stephen Baker just reminded me about something. Let me pull up something really quick before I go, y'all. Y'all give me 2 minutes. So I actually have gotten a few more people to connect. I'll tell you where I really need help. In Daytona, and I know Stephen Baker, I know you're there, but we need about 2 or 3 people as ambassadors in Daytona, and then we need another person in Orlando. We've got Atlanta pretty much set. We've got Jacksonville pretty much set. Miami, I think we've got our people set there. And so Daytona, which I don't think we'll have any issues finding people in Daytona. But if you're interested, if you want to help us build our spring event and that is rapidly approaching, I'm going to be having a meeting next week. I'll be sending an email out probably tomorrow. I just needed to get all my thoughts together. But next week, if you're interested, give me a call. I really need you to stay in one of the markets, because it's if you don't live in a market, then it's going to be kind of tough. But if you're in one of these main markets, South Florida, that's Miami, Palm Beach, Fort Lauderdale, and then Central Florida, Orlando, Tampa. I know we got a lot of people over there, but mainly Orlando. Daytona, of course, is home base, and then Jacksonville and Atlanta. And Atlanta is covered. Jacksonville is covered. Orlando needs maybe 1 or 2 more people, and Miami maybe 1 more person. And so I'm just trying to make sure I have enough contacts in each of these cities, so when we get going, we'll be straight. Let me hit these comments one last time before we get out of here. Johnny says, "See y'all in 2027." You know, no bye week and the Labor Day homecoming. Yeah. She says, my wife says, "Come eat dinner." All right, I'll be there. Give me 2 minutes. He said, because of when Classic is played, week 12, we would have needed to have a week 0 game to have a bye in the middle of the season. You know what? That actually, well, we don't have a week 0 game, and we maybe, I was gonna say maybe we're playing we don't have enough weeks between when we start and when we finish, but I'm stuck, y'all. I'm stuck on that one. Thank you, Nikita Young, Edward Tucker. Thank you. I'm going to Edward Tucker. If you watching this, brother, I'm looking for you. Hit me up, or I'll hit you up. And then somebody says Brittany Israel and Daytona event planning. Okay, I got you. Can you send me a DM to our Instagram account? That would be helpful. And then the UCF is on the Thursday night. Yeah, that could be it. That maybe that's why, was we played a Thursday night game when we would have played the Saturday game. But yeah, man, yeah, that's tough. That's a tough schedule, man. That's a tough schedule. Well, y'all, I had a good time tonight. It was a little bit of a open show. I talked about basketball and all those things, and so yeah, I think we're gonna do this again next week. I gotta make some calls about that schedule. That bye week thing is going. I'm gonna lose sleep tonight over that bye week thing. But the Thursday night game actually could explain it. But no, yeah, I don't know. Y'all, I think I'm done. I gotta go eat. My wife said I gotta go eat. We're gonna do this again next week, same time, same place. If you want to be a real MVP, please look at the bottom of the screen. You'll see our Cash App tag down there. Hit us up. Follow us. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Y'all, we almost to 1,000 followers. Last couple of weeks, I've been running the numbers up. But we've got 938 followers, so we're almost there. So if you haven't hit the subscribe button, please hit it. That would mean the world to me. All right, and that's it. I'm good. I love y'all. Hail Wildcats. I'll see y'all next week. Peace.